So I love high strangeness. I love things that are weird. I love the conversation around paranormal and cryptids and all of that good stuff. So these books are kind of coming from that space. So the first book that I wanted to recommend, if you're interested, is John Tenney. Um, One Last Thing. It is a hilarious book about some of the off-the-wall, hilarious, curious, and interesting EVPs that have been recorded with John Tenney over the years. It's a really fun book, and it takes out the scary, negative words and all that stuff. So it makes it more just normal, I think would be the word. So the next book is by Ask a Mortician from YouTube, Caitlin, I think it's Doherty. I'm horrible with names, and I'm sorry if I mess that up. So Here from Eternity, traveling the world to find the good death. This book is so interesting. It talks about, well, obviously it talks about death, but it talks about all the different traditions and cultures and ways that we around the world look at death, look at end of the life and burial rites, and just all the different kinds of things that are involved around funerals. Of course, Ask a Mortician is going to write that book, and this book is amazing. Hans Holzer has a book out that is a collection of stories that are of the weird, the strange, and the curious, called Real Hauntings, True American Ghost Stories. And what I love is some of them are just like a collection of passed down stories, of stories that are collected. Like, I just imagine going to like a cafe as you're traveling and collecting ghost stories from all the people there at the cafe. That's what this book kind of makes me feel like I'm experiencing. It's also obviously a collection of Holzer's collection of ghost stories. And it's very simple. Some of them are scary, some of them are cute, endearing, and some of them are a little sad. So it has that whole just what the human experience is wrapped into a book. So Real Hauntings, American Ghost Stories is another book that I would recommend for an October read. American Monsters by Linda S. Godfrey will get under your skin if you're like me. So this is a book of all the cryptids across mostly North America, but America. And some of them scare me right down to my core, and I don't read it before going to bed. It's definitely a morning, afternoon read, or one of my favorite places to read is in the car. So this is one of those books that I will read during those times. It explores collective stories from real life encounters, people's experiences with it, as well as the history of the cryptids. So it's all around a really good book, and it has a lot of great information that will entice your curiosity into the world of cryptid. Ghostland, An American History in Haunted Places, is a profound book in how it really challenges the way that we think about ghost stories as well as the way that we tell ghost stories. It goes into a lot of the most popular places across America and kind of gets us to think about things maybe not so frequently discussed or maybe not so frequently presented to us. To get into the understanding on why hauntings happen, the things that aren't said, the things that are said. So Ghostland is so beautifully written. This one I do read as bedtime stories, and it's just very thought-provoking. So an awesome October read, or even November as we're going into the seasons of sleep and a little bit eeriness as the trees begin to lose their leaves and there are more days filled with fog and the days become longer and darker. So my final book is one that I just finished reading a couple days ago, and it's Amy Bruni's Life with the Afterlife. So Amy Bruni from Kindred Spirits and Strange Escapes is someone that I really admire, and her book explores how she got into ghost hunting, um, some of the insights on some of the experiences that she's had in her life, but also shared on the TV programs that she's been on, and how ghost hunting is really just part of her everyday life. And I love her insights. Um, I love the simplicity on how she views spirit and ghost as just people. So, reading her book, The 13 Truths That She Learned about Ghost, gives that insight that takes away the creepy in the bump in the night and gives it a more awareness and a more livable experience with the natural world and the things that aren't always understood or explained by science and by what we can see, touch, and feel. So those are my collection of books for October reads. I I hope that you like them and that you might be interested in reading any of them, And I'd love to hear your thoughts on these books if you love them as much as I do, and maybe share other books that you love during October. So hopefully you have a wonderful October and that you're having a good day or night wherever you are. Happy witching.